Yeah, thank you as always for being here. Appreciate you guys telling our stories. So yeah, a good week. Always want to come out 2-0, but the fact that we got the split, that's what we're chasing. When we can't go 2-0, I've told the team that hey, the goal is always going to be the same. We want to end the weekend better than we started them, and I thought we did that. Coming back into that Boise State match, I thought there was some lessons that we learned from the Utah State match, and got to see us put it together, a really nice match against a good team. Boise State had a tougher start to the non-conference, and then in conference play they opened it wide up with 3 wins, and so they were playing hot, and it was nice to see us get one there at home. And we had 1,100 people or so in the stands, and want to thank each and every one of those guys for coming out and showing up and showing out for the Lobos. It was an electric environment. It was really fun, and our team loved it, and so it was a great day to finish that weekend. But again, there's no rest. It's right back at it. The conference is continuing to prove that it's one of the top conferences in the country, with UNLV playing as well as they've been playing. And San Diego State right there. They just took UNLV to 5 2 weeks ago and to open up conference play, and we were just watching that film because we needed to go back a little bit deeper to get some more notes on these teams. And it's 2 really high-level teams, and so it's going to demand our very best.
Coach, it looks like you had the most team blocks so far in a match this season. You held the Broncos to just 3 aces. They were leading the conference in that, and then also you held the conference leader, Paige, to a little less than what she was doing. What can you really say about your team's defense this year?
Yeah, our national ranking in overall team defense is 7th in the country. We're in top 10 in opponent hitting efficiency. So there's some things we're doing nationally that's obviously having some huge impacts, and the reality is if we can sustain that, we can uptick our offensive side just a little bit more. I think this team will be red hot, and that's kind of the big focus right now is, hey, how do we get ourselves firing on all cylinders for every match? And we've seen some players get really hot in a match and some players not as hot, and the goal for me is, can we just burn together? Can we all be playing really hot at the same time? And that would be really exciting. And it just takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of match reps. And so the reality is, though, what's keeping us in a lot of these matches is the defense, is the blocks per set, the digs per set, keeping opponents under 150 or something along those lines is keeping us in these matches for sure.
You talk about Boise State giving them their first loss in conference play. I mean, how good does that feel, just knowing that they were off to a hot start?
Yeah, it was great. The game plan really was built around Paige Barch. I mean, the number 1 point scorer in the league, and it really was, hey, how are we going to find what she does best and make her really, really uncomfortable with doing what she does best? And I thought there were some times she was getting away from us, and then all of a sudden we came up with a stuff blocker. She was getting away from us, and all of a sudden we dug a really huge, a big bomb out of the, it was like, hey, okay, we're doing what we need to do, because good players, they play well pretty consistently, and the reality was to keep her under 100 was a really big deal for us. And so really excited to see our team respond in that way.
What are a few things you learned from this Utah State and Boise State match that you say, okay, once we hit the road, we have to fix these things in UNLV and San Diego?
Yeah, great question. I think the Utah State match, I think we came out firing on all cylinders, and we were playing as good a volleyball as we've played all year. I think that the challenge was in sets 2 and 3, I thought we took our foot a little bit off the gas, and they were pedaled to the ground, and I thought we just didn't quite adapt and adjust as well as we needed to. Defensively, for sure, in sets 2 and 3, and so I thought the lesson learned there was hey, after 20, can we play as if it's 0 to 10? And that was a big goal for our team, was playing each point the same. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, then we call crunch time or red zone, however you want to look at it. From 20 to 25, how are we playing those points? And I thought we were letting some of those bigger moments get away from us at the Utah State match, and I thought at the Boise match we stayed really consistent. And so that's going to be a demand that we have to put in place on ourselves for the UNLV team, because they are very good, and they come at you from every zone of the court. They're attacking balls at you. So. They're gonna be great tests for us, and that's what we talk to the team about every week. Is hey, each new week is a new set of tests coming our way, and our training is our preparation, and our scouting is our preparation, and how well do we go respond to those tests?
What are some of the big challenges this week, just matchup wise, going on the road with these two?
Yeah, preseason player of the year, Isabella Martin from UNLV. She is an absolute handful. She's attacking from every zone of the court. She has good power. She has good range. Everything she does is because she's not going to be denied a point. So our job on the flip of that is how are we going to defend her at the net and how are we going to defend her in the back row. That's going to be a big one. They're in a 6-2, so they're in a two-setter offense. So that means they have 3 attackers at the front court at any given time. So there's a distribution offensively that is going to demand our very best from the net and from the back court again. Our bread and butter right now is our defense, and so we want to hold firm on that. And like I said, the last few weeks is, hey, we just got to keep chipping away at our offensive scheming, and how are we going to find one more kill per set? When we do that, I think we can be in the top of the league.
How do you make sure the defense doesn't taper off as you try to make those steps offensively?
Yeah, I think it's an understanding of the scouting reports. It's understanding of the opponent. I think it's for us. It's never backing down on the training side of it, and we don't. We're just in a practice planning session just now with our staff and going, okay, how are we going to get one more dig versus one of the top players in the league? And so we're never slowing down on that. It's not it's not a light switch. Hey, we're this good defensive team. Let's go focus on something else. It's actually let's go see if we can get even better. Let's see how far we can take this thing.